Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is next. Okay, interesting. Coming out of Studio JC staff, light novel adaptation, adventure, fantasy, romance. Very shiny, colorful, borderless, potentially art style. Interesting. Anne Halford and Xiao Fen Xiao. Producer, director Yohei Suzuki. Assistant director on Shin and Go no Sara of Shokugeki no Soma, Hangyakusei Million Arthur, UQ Holder Maho Sensei Negima 2, Planet With, a whole bunch of stuff that has gone straight under the radar. Dungeon ni Dei OVA. Episode director Railgun S. Some Shakugan no Shana. A bunch of episode director style credits, storyboard style credits for things in the distant past. A bunch of pretty mid shows in the last few years. And then Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Okie dokie. Got some voice actors, got some stuff. Promo. I didn't pull this up so you couldn't see it. That's fine. Promo art. Get 2 promo arts mostly. So she has a boy who somehow is related to. We'll see how. Oh, he's got fairy wings. So maybe he's like something that she convinces to help her or something along those lines. Really interesting clothing in that it somehow is able to form fit itself to show smexy curves while also being very flowy and very proper. It hits that right in the middle mark where you're like, oh, she's not a slutty girl, but I can still tell that she's hot. Lots of floating, sparkly things. So sugar apples, as we might expect. Some potion bottles. Maybe she's an alchemist or something along those lines. There's a tiny fairy boy or something. It's unclear. And a bunch of fronds of sparkly blue flower plants. Okay. And a city behind, and another city and sparkly things behind on the other side. Oh, and there's a map. I think that's a map. Okay, cool. There's demographic Shojo. Okay. Cool. So he's the fantasy boy. We'll see how their relationship dynamic plays out. He seems like he'll be very cool, calm, collected, but then will do everything that she says. And be like kind of obsessed with her in maybe a weird way. Let's find out. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Episode 1. I've got it up and ready to go. 2 versions, picture in the description. Timer on YouTube, beep timer. Let's go. Okay. A long time ago. Fairy dust. Everything looks great so far. Yeah, we've got that borderless design on the hair. Oh! Okay. Okay. Making a wax sculpture. Okay, so there were just less of them. Okay. Okay. Candy is really good for you. Sugar apples into silver sugar was discovered by... Okay. Is this a cooking show? Okay. Keep company with fairies as friends. Fairies are friends, not food. Oh, transition to adulthood-ish. Oh, and your mom's dead. All right. Gotta start us off with a classic backstory. Good. Good. I simultaneously love and hate her character design. I don't love all the sketchy add-ons. The sketchy filter that's being used on all the background spaces. Yeah, fuck you, dude. I don't give a fuck about you. The hair gradients are real no. Sorry, boyo. Fuck off. You ain't getting none of this, boyo. Says you. That was cute. Uh-huh. You want to fill a different hole, bro. Bye. So, Shojo. Here's your... This is the shitty version. Great. She's gonna go after her own guy. He literally just did. Right, he thinks you're accessible, and he literally just did. Seriously propose to you. I ain't nobody's slave. I'm a boss bitch. Watashi no jinsei. Watashi no. Yeah, okay. I don't like the eye dots either. They don't look right. Oh, are we beating up a fairy? Sick. Oh, thank you for the exposition, Grandpa. Stole his own wing? Oi. Well, that's just torture. Oh, thank you for expositing that. Alright, go kick his ass, dude. What's the little fairy in Berserk's name? How? Hey! Now you're gonna get it, girl. I'll never take anything from a human. No. Alright, kid. Ah, I'm a self-hatred. Consequences. Alright, I'm never coming back to this town, though, so later. Everybody's commenting on the size of my body, and I don't like it. Oh, you're not a child? Then I can beat the shit out of you. Ah, I can tell. You're just guilty. Wow, menacing vibrations. Oh, slaves. Companion fairies. Sex slaves, too. Ah, it's the main character, boy. What's up? That's a big boy. You could fall in love with him. She's straight up gonna buy a slave. And he's got yaoi hands. He's so hot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at his butt. Ah, his eyes, they sparkle with the moonlight and the shininess. He's like long-haired Kirito, but sexy. Ah, shit. I can't wait to own him. Huh? Oh, that's gonna be your nickname forever. You are a scrawny little wench. Yeah, but how about a sharp sword? He's a dickhead. Man, companion fairies, huh? But he's so hot. Oh, for a slave trader, trust is the most important thing. We don't lie. Yeah. Yeah. Buy me or don't. Oh, there you go. It's like when you go to the pound and a dog just doesn't give up on you. Bruh. I guess his wing is in there. Or something. Oh. Yes, we're such upright people, we slave traders. We never lie, and don't do anything cruel either. So she has to see herself as a savior. Well, don't give it back to him, he'll kill you. Oh, I own your heart now. Bought and paid for. Yikes. Yeah, you sold me into slavery. And he's gonna find out that she makes delicious food, and that's what will sway his heart. Okay, so we don't get a moment. Expected a moment of him being like, Halford, I know that name, or like something. Daisetsu first kiss. What does it matter? I'm a slave boy. Huh? What's actually your name, though? Oh, that's a good name. That works very well. Real name. There it is. Yeah, but one of them comes first, and the other one comes after, so... You... Okay, okay. Sorry, I've done it guilty! Oh... I feel so guilty for having bought and paid for you. I still did it, though. Hmm. Yeah, but you do. What if I make cool sugar treats? What if I give you cool sugar treats, though? What? Wait, what? What was the... No, hold on. What was the physical interaction there? It's like, the same kind of kinky level as, Grey, whatever, 50 Shades style. There's, like, some weird kinky shit going on here. Like, desire for ownership, but of someone who is, continuously bucking against you. And will fall in love with your womanly charms despite being a slave. It's got some weird layers. We got like a threat of physical violence between them, an ownership of heart sort of thing. Ownership of heart appears pretty frequently. Sick. Cool. Sounds like a great place to get to know each other. Oh, we made it. Special apples. Oh, man, we still haven't seen CG Horse move. They've done a good job of keeping the camera away from it. Like, a really good job. But he's so hot! But he's so hot! Oh my god! No. No. No, you're still a slaver. You still fucked up real bad. You guys are not friends. Oh, that's a weird dream. That's just reality. Again, we've got that same sketchy filter, but over grasses and stuff. Really? He's trying to steal his wing back, bro. Ho 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 ho. Oh, he doesn't give a fuck about your stupid childishness. He's just kabedoning you again. Yeah, you can't be friends. Yep. Right. Yes. Obviously. Right. Pick one. What a strange change of pace. See, I really just want to skip to Lewiston to see how that plays. She'll fuck it up. Patience is a virtue. He believes her, huh? Ah, that scent. She smells like tasty pussy. Sorry. Sorry. Lizu. She fully hasn't expressed to him that she's a confectionery guy or person, right? Oh, we get some violence. We get some violence. What's up? So? What prevents him from just letting you die? That's 3 full KABEDON and clasps. It's so kinky. Holy shit. Oh, we don't even animate it. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Great. What about the other cart? Do you care or do you not care? Oh, he's so hot. He's so hot when he's covered in blood. Oh my god. I can't believe that I own such a beautiful boy. I feel so guilty about being a slaver, but I can't help it. What else am I gonna do? It's for the purposes of my own survival. I have to be evil. What else am I gonna do? Holy shit. That's the same cut. Oh, it's moving. Oh, we got it. It's moving. They put it in the repeatable OP. They didn't put it anywhere in the show, then they put it in the repeatable OP. They put the horse moving. Oh, no. Okay, so a kinky lady wrote a fanfic based around the idea that making cool confections, which is clearly the author's passion to some extent, or they see it as such, will make hot fairy boys fall for you. Oh, and there are a whole bunch of other hot prince boys who you don't want to be around. Follow in the footsteps of your... puffs into blood. Follow in the footsteps of your mother, who is dead, and steal the hot fairy boy's heart. Holy shit. There are some messed up layers to this one. It's a pretty show. It looks nice, mostly. I gotta say, I'm not a terribly big fan of either the eye designs, specifically, or the hair gradients. Both of them look really weird to me. We've talked before on this channel, specifically in Hibike and in K-On! And in a couple of other, and in Liz and the Bluebird, which is different, a couple of other KyoAni shows about how important it is to have the eye sparkles, eye dots correct. And there's no obvious correct way to do them. There are a bunch of different ways that all work. This isn't one of them. I can't tell you exactly why. But the eyes throughout the show, which are a center point of the show, are the main character's eyes. And the fairy's eyes work way better. His eyes work way better. But still, the top and bottom Wibblies, top circle, bottom circle, that's weird. I don't know why. It's weird. Then also, like, is this center dot, is that her pupil? What? You know, we read eyes pretty specifically. Pupil, iris, sclera, right? Sclera. Pupil, iris, sclera. Is the center dot her pupil, or is it more of her iris? It feels like something that shouldn't matter, but it really matters in terms of readability of the character. His are, of course, extremely shiny, but then represented to us as gray eyes with cat-like slitted pupils, making him look predatory, and that's what leads to him being hot, is that he's predatory, that he's uncontrollable. You got this Beauty and the Beast dynamic, this idea of some really weird layers of the desire to own his heart, which is, it fits. It fits a particular realm of shoujo vibe that is exactly right on for what the fantasy is meant to be. So the whole fantasy ends up feeling very, very weirdly thought out. Maybe very appealing to certain demographics, though. But it's the kind of thing where you can't admit that this appeals to you. And so you represent it in fantasy. It's like women's erotic fiction novels in America. It's always the same archetypes: vampire, pirate, these uncontrollable masculine male archetypes who've got like more than a little bit of edge to them. They're the types of guys that you see with like their shirt is half off and like blowing in the wind, and they're holding the fainting maiden in the opening, or on the cover picture, and her bodice is like ripped open, and there's like a push-pull beastiness of like near assault, weird, like kinky ownership vibes all the way through, multi-layered with this sort of guilt trap that the main character expresses throughout this episode that feels like an echo of what I would only really refer to as like white woman guilt. Like, oh, I can't believe that circumstances have arranged themselves such that my only choice is to enslave a person who is looked upon as less than me. I'll do things to soothe my ego, like let this little fairy go, but then I'm still gonna go buy a fucking slave. It's really, and it ends up being kind of muddled, but in a fascinating way, in a way that reveals to a deep degree the subconscious desires of the author. Fascinatingly. Fucking fascinatingly. All right, I want to pull up, hold on. Adaptation from Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, which looks exactly the same. And looks exactly the same. Fucking saddest boy. All smexified and sad. Miri Mikawa. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Another one. Fuki Kaden. Ika Kokyo Ryochiru. Hakoiru Ojo no Sainan. Okay. Same dynamic. Misadventures of the Innocent Princess. Same dynamic. Same character dynamic. Okay. Same dynamic. Rimi has spent most of her life making food for the protector god of the land. Suddenly she is sent as tribute to the great empire of Konkoku, becoming one of the emperor's concubines. Comes close to losing the taste of her home country, but is saved by the cuisinologist Shusei. Dreams of a reunion with the kind scholar, she does her best to survive in the envy-filled rear palace with the help of her natural cheerfulness and skill of a cook. Then, out of nowhere, she is arrested and sentenced to be executed on the charge of disrespecting the emperor. How will Rimi get out of this mess? A princess and her love for food surrounded by gorgeous men. Bada bingo, bada bango, same dynamic. Actually, it's a reversed dynamic, right? This is the one where she is undergone as, like, she's the concubine near slave and is owned by hot boys. And is also probably battered and brutalized by the other women who are members of that concubinery. Jesus. Okay. Fuki Kaiden. Fuck, you can see the type of boy that the mangaka really likes. Same boy. So you got a feisty fighter princess lady girl. She's got a brush in her hand, so she's an artiste of some kind. And she finds herself a tall, dark, handsome, sad boy with thorns everywhere. Because their relationship is, you guessed it, thorny. So, I mean, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's correct on a certain stylistic depiction of relationships between men and women. There's a reason that roses are the symbol of love, and it's not because they're pretty. It's because they have thorns and flowers. It's correct. There's reason for that shit. It's a depiction of the continuous conflict and pain that's required for grasping the beautiful thing that's considered love. This one's got a bit of a trifecta dynamic. Because we got this boy as well. Okay. Okay. This is weird. Show's weird and makes me feel weird. Let's see what people review it as. Purposely presents an idiotic female protagonist to absolve her of her deplorable actions, primarily buying a slave. Excuse for romance between an edgy shonen fairy and a self-insert lead. Yep. Makes an effort to frame slavery as evil, and that our heroine is definitely doing this only because she absolutely must. That she will eventually free him. She seems engineered to manipulate your expectations. She's not a bad person. She's just ordering her slave around because that's what the rules say. Still, it's intriguing from a meta level. Seeing the writer struggle to evade criticism provides entertainment. The series looks and sounds good so far. JC staff are working within their limits, which means minimal animation to maintain consistent art quality. The watercolor background art, expressive character designs, and vibrant colors are really all it needs. Yeah, I agree. It looks pretty okay. If you're immune to slavery apologia, this could make for an entertaining and relaxing watch. Ah, a nice little metaphor at the end. From the outside, this apple looks beautiful, but peel back the skin and is rotten to its core. Feels like an up-and-coming adventure, but I can only see it getting more sweet as it goes along, even if it packs a good number of punches to boot. What if Shield Hero was more light and colorful? Then you've got Sugar Fairy. Total reversal of dynamic. Total reversal of dynamic. Now, the idea of grab a slave in order to generate your romance, that does fit. Yes, I'm talking about the slavery shit. Slavery is a realistically represented way. I think that ends up actually being pretty fucking good. Here it's played dead fucking straight with no meaningful commentary. They just treat the situation as mundane and inadvertently condone slavery through their carelessness. I don't think that that's true at all. I actually disagree. I think that treating the situation as though it's mundane is exactly right. You know, if you lived in a slave-owning era in a slave-owning nation, you wouldn't be walking around going, "Oh my, I'm so much better than the slavery people." You'd own slaves, or you'd be one. Or you'd wish that you had the money to own them. Like, people are not good. People are not always good. It's pretty arrogant to think that if you were in the circumstances, you would not yourself be contributing to the overall flow of evil. And so to frame it in like a childish sort of, everybody in this world knows that slavery is bad and only bad people take part in it, which is to some extent what's represented here. We meet a slaver, we meet a fairy hunter who's evil. He's demonstrated as a bad person. The slaver is demonstrated mostly as a bad person. And then our main character. As we go along, maybe we'll meet more slavers and stuff, and maybe that'll become more interesting and stuff, but it feels like it feels thin because we're just using it as a justification for a kinked-out relationship between the characters. But then it interests me that it plays it so straight and deadpan. While not challenging the system it presents shouldn't be expected. I don't need my shows to tell me how I should feel about something as simple and straightforward as slavery. I don't need the show to trot out a virtuous representation of the thing that's like, we the authors understand that this thing is bad and you the audience should understand it too. Let's be very clear, everybody. Slavery's not good. It's like, I understand that, okay? So if you're going to put it into a story, I'd honestly rather have it be a semi-realistic, cruel depiction of the thing, which it is. We get in episode 1 a fairy hunter who's going to kill a fairy because he gets disrespected, essentially. And we get multiple representations of people being actively cruel and doing the raw equivalent of whipping slaves in order to make them do what they would say. They're crunching on the wing thing. Yeah, it doesn't seem to pull its punches. It represents the thing as bad and wrong. And then our character does it anyway and goes through some mental gymnastics in order to enable her own breach of conduct. With all the justifications that come with that. Justifications about, well, everybody's doing it. Justifications on the personal front. Well, how am I going to be protected otherwise? Etc., etc. As I talk about the show, I'm more interested in the representation of the show, or in the way that the show presents itself. Wow. This is beautiful. This is such a gorgeous window into a mind. It's the most amazing part of the publicity of online reviews is you get to see what people think. I want to address one of the stupid criticisms I see a lot, that being that this anime glorifies slavery. How on earth did that conclusion happen? Did we even watch the same show? It's incredibly obvious that glorifying slavery is far from what the anime is trying to do with the way it is portrayed, and treats Shal as an equal despite everyone else's pushes to the contrary. And while she is a bit idealist, it's obvious that she doesn't view the fairies as slaves and wants them to be considered equal with humans. So yeah, anyone claiming how this anime glorifies slavery is just plain-ass stupid, IMO. And now we switch to whataboutism. Besides, no one seemed to have an issue with the slavery themes in Shield Hero. Plenty of people had issues with the slavery themes in Shield Hero. Whole bunch. Which was handled a lot worse. So I don't see why this, of all things, is suddenly a problem. Shojo anime are allowed to tell darker stories and show darker themes. Not every female-targeted anime has to be ooh-woo, fluffy high school romance. I agree. But I'm interested in the way in which one justifies their own opinions about a thing. That's what I find interesting here. The argument that's made is, it's obviously not the way that you see it, it's obviously the way that I see it. And also, there have been other shows that did it way worse, so who cares? It's pretty thin. That's pretty thin. I'm not trying to shit on this reviewer. I'm really not. But that's pretty thin, pretty interesting. Fascinating. I almost want to watch another episode because I'm fucking fascinated. But almost is not all the way. I do not want to watch another episode. While a lot of people have said that the show looks pretty, I don't find the art style very appealing at all. It's very fua, honestly. But the hair gradients are a hard no, and I don't resonate with the main character's eyes. They don't look cool to me. They don't do human to me. They don't read as person to me. They read as weird facsimile. So, Ripperino, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale gets a no from me. But a really interesting no. Like, really interesting. Okay. I'll end there and move on to the next one. Peace.